Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and guest block continues, possibly concludes with AlwaysSonic. I'm not sure yet. A couple people might have things to send me, and I will gladly run them if so. But if not, this may be the last of it, because this is all I have stocked up so far. But Sonic is in the Jegan Type D, which was the giveaway mobile suit for December. If you finished all the promotional missions, you got this, and it is pretty good. It is very similar to the standard Jegan with a slightly different skill set and allocation of stats. I think the stats are more towards melee, and as you just saw, the hip grenades are not throwables for this Jegan. They just launch from the skirt armor. So much like I think the Riga-Z Custom and Riga-Z both possibly have the same deal. And the missiles from the shield launch in pairs instead of one at a time. So yeah, it has possibly more reliable stun options, and I think it's more tilted towards melee damage than the standard Jegan, or I may have that backwards. I don't remember, but same good Vulcans, and yeah, just pretty solid all in all. I've taken mine out a couple of times, didn't get anything worth running, and Sonic says this is his new favorite general, so that seemed like a good recipe. See that? Yep, that's an ally. Managed to shoot the tailbinder or whatever it was on that. It might have been the nose on that Zissa. I'm not sure. Either way, it was a pointy bit that stuck up, and he was able to land the shot over his ally's head. So. Beam rifle is almost reloaded. It is an EPAC type, so the reloader is what affects that rather than the beam cooldown part. In case you didn't know that, yeah, anything with an ammo number, whether it's a beam or ballistic weapon, is affected by the reloader just about. Anything with a heat gauge should be affected by the cooldown part, so that's how that division of labor happens. And so far, pretty good score, 4450 to 2075. Sonic still has most of his health, and yeah, it looks pretty decent. Like I said, want to spend more time with it myself, but yeah. Okay, looks like all 3 grenades landed. That was pretty solid. And here's somebody up there. I'm not sure. I think that's a Jetta, but I have trouble telling the Jetta from a distance sometimes with the shield shape, but that's just me. See, Rigelgu is moving in, and it looks to be in Federation capture colors, rather, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, caption colors. This Gelgug has been painted white and blue for the hearing impaired, but no, yeah, I think that's Federation capture colors for the Gelgug. I have a few requests for capture color suits at the moment, one of which I think I've got done, and some of the others I'm still working on. But and good time to get off the bridge, actually, with everybody facing him down. Luckily, his entire team is directly behind the enemy team, so they have got a pretty good shot. Boy, words are hard, but you probably figured that out from years of watching me by now, if you have indeed been watching me for years. And if so, thank you. But let's see, there goes a Methus Kai. Might be a standard Methus in Kai colors. Hard to say, but I think it's Kai. And let's see how many more things I can be wrong about this round. But no, 4 minutes remaining, 7,000 to 4,400. Pretty good numbers. That is a Jetta. It's a little bit easier to figure out that jigsaw puzzle shield from a distance, I think. That's a Jegan. Let's see how many more things I can be wrong about this round. But, yeah, doing good damage, keeping pressure on the Zissa while there's an actual Jetta laying into it. And, yeah, I finally got the Jetta. I don't know how I feel about it. It's not bad, but aesthetically, I prefer the Jegan. It's a much nicer looking machine, but that's just my tastes. Let's see, good shot on the Rigelgu, landed a bunch of grenades and or missiles on it, and now pulling back because, yeah, a bunch of enemies behind him, and might be able to do something to some of them if he gets to cover. But Zissa is a problem. Zissas have been a problem for me a lot lately. Even when I was a raid, I think it was just a little bit too single-minded about trying to take them down, because they did a really good job of fending me off and keeping me locked down until the general could get there and back them up. Also, slightly jealous, because their general would show up and back them up. Let's see, I think that Gallus is trying to save Sonic, but, yeah, I can understand that. I got killed that way a couple of times recently, just, you know, sometimes I will admit, it does bother me when I'm the raid, and I'm moving in for melee, my saber's out, and somebody will just go ahead and pull a downswing and knock me over. It's like, I try fairly hard most days to not do that to allied raids when I'm a general, but I screw it up too, so I don't tend to hold it against anybody too much, but it does get frustrating. This game, you know, everybody who plays knows this game can get pretty solidly frustrating at times, but let's see, 2 minutes left, and the enemy team actually has a little bit of a lead at this point. 10,005 to 12,001. Yeah, so less than 2,000 points. They can earn that back fairly well, especially if they all group together, which looks like they're doing. That is good. And let's see, moving through here, looking for a good place to land some shots. Missed the Zissa, but yeah, those things are just really kind of irritating. Okay, good stun on the Gerbera and did a lot of damage to it. Yeah, so if you can get a shot in on the raids, it's great. But looks like the raids are getting focused down by all the other generals, so may as well help take down the Zissa while he can. Somebody there with low health, a couple of people there, and yeah, sometimes it's really hard to figure out where to be, but just like I've said before, always remember that if like 4 of you have 2 enemies surrounded on a 5-person team, the other 3 are taking down your number 5. So you will probably see me, sometimes I don't remember to do it, but you will probably see me peel off in a lot of rounds, because I think, okay, this is 4-on-1, there's probably bigger problems somewhere else, I need to move. So, and sometimes I remember to do that, and most of the time when I do, it's the right move, but just, you know, yeah, good advice, fall back for now. They've got the lead, support fire's coming in, 20 seconds left. They can all stay out of the support fire, they've got this. Let's see if they in fact have got this. Yeah, he's sending it again because there's at least one person who seems to be lagging behind. And yeah, a couple of people with low health, which is not great, and they do kind of seem to be the ones that are kind of still hanging out. It's not, again, not great, but yeah, he managed to stun the Gerbera, basically trying to hold things on the bridge long enough for the round to end, which it has done. So, yeah, pretty good round, and pretty solid round, in fact. So, let's take a look at the stats. 100,000 damage, 1,200 points worth of assists, outscored by the Raid, which is a Nightseeker Vosky, and not by much though, and 3 kills and 1 death. But yeah, that is it's a pretty solid performance, and that is a pretty decent looking mobile suit. I hope everybody who wanted it got it. And that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back tomorrow with more, either from me or somebody else. And until next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! So, I did get a couple of new games for Christmas. Angel gave me a copy of Nier Automata, which I've been meaning to play for a long time now. And now, knowing my usual procrastination and all, I will probably be meaning to play it with a copy like right in front of me instead of, you know, a copy in Potentia. So we'll see how that goes, but I do want to give it a shot at some point. Just because, well, to be honest, I have never played any of his games, but every interview I've seen with Yoko Taro has just been a joy, so we'll see how that goes. Turns out there was recently a Tomino exhibit in Japan, and on the DVD that accompanies that, the souvenir DVD, he actually interviewed Yoko Taro, and that is a conversation I want to see translated, because that is probably just going to be a blast. I really want to see that. But the other game I got was the collection of Dragon Quest remakes for the Switch from my brother. And they're not as elaborate as the remakes that came out for, say, the Super Nintendo and the Game Boy, especially of 3. But they seem to be, from what I've heard, they're fairly solid remakes of the original versions of the games, and I'm fine with that. So, and it's nice to have easy access to the first 3 Dragon Warrior games. So that was really nice of him, and I really appreciate it. So, hope everybody else who wanted some kind of games for Christmas got what they wanted, and blah. I ran out of words.